Wow. I do remember my first audition for Teen Wolf. I remember I went in and then they spoke to me afterwards, the casting people, and they were like, you know what, we want to bring you back, but we want to work on it a little bit and talk more about this character. So I didn't know if that was a good sign or not. I mean, it's always good if they want to spend more time with you, but I also remember thinking like, oh, okay, maybe I didn't do something they were looking for. But I still have the script for the scene, the audition scene. I still have that tucked somewhere at home. And I remember it was one of those nice Deucalion conversation scenes, you know, but where they wanted the casting people worked with me because they wanted to find that nice balance between being eloquent and charming, but also the danger, you know. And I think probably with my first read, if I remember correctly, I was probably maybe a little too menacing, and they probably had to warm me up a little bit, which is my wife is driving and she's nodding away, which is probably my general thing in life is to maybe warm up a little bit and not be so menacing. I was worried that maybe it would be tough to join, also as well because, you know, older than the rest of the cast, they were all kids. I mean, you know, or young adults, and I was fully expecting the main cast to be maybe a little bit arrogant. You know, they're on a popular show. It's, you know. And it was quite the opposite. They were so welcoming, so humble. Tyler and Dylan were just really cool guys, you know. So it was quite amazing. I know a lot of the other, you know, regular or heavily recurring cast have said similar things, but it is true that they were like this big extended family. And I did feel welcome from day one, and especially Jeff Davis, the creator, and, you know, who really is responsible for the show existing, you know, or as a TV series for sure. He also went out of his way to make me feel very welcome. So yeah, it was pretty cool. I loved the fact that he was so well written. So all the dialogue was just really fun for me. He had a lot of power, but it wasn't about physical power, you know. And that's more interesting to me as an actor. So I was really thrilled that I got to play a character who was more intellectual, if you will, still a bad guy, but a fun villain, and not just about, you know, running around beating people up kind of thing. You know, he had his alpha pack to go and do the dirty work for the most part, you know, and that was pretty cool. Favorite scenes for me, definitely there's that one in the abandoned shopping mall where the pack is there, and we're sort of surrounding Tyler and them, and then suddenly Deucalion's revealed on the top of a escalator, you know, this sort of old defunct escalator, and it's smoky and it's beautifully lit, and the set department and lighting department were always doing great things. So it just looked so wonderful and imposing. And then, of course, also my other favorite scene was the first time I meet Scott, and in the elevator, you know, where, and he's like, oh, I know who you are, and yeah, you're gonna come and, you know, take care of me, sort of thing. And I'm like, no, I live here. I live in the building, you know. And it was just beautiful because there was all this menace and tension and stuff, and then there was a joke line, you know, to sort of ease the tension, but it was still that undercurrent of, oh wow, where's this gonna go? You know, just really interesting, clever stuff from, you know, Jeff Davis. So yeah, just lots of fun. Yeah. One of the last fun moments I remember was shooting my last episode, and Dylan was just throwing American football around, and with Tyler in the dark and Tyler Hecklin. And the three of them are just tossing this ball in the dark. And I just remember thinking how cool this is that, you know, we were always doing night shoots, because most of the time, you know, the storyline was taking place at night. And, you know, at 3 a.m, everybody's tired. And yet everyone always had a great sense of humor. And here were these guys who knew it was the final season. It was, you know, they were closing it out, and yet they were, you know, still such close buddies, you know. So yeah, it was lovely. I haven't done one of those things for a couple of years now, obviously because of the pandemic, but it's cool when you get to see them again. I know obviously some of them are in touch outside of these things. I'm not in touch with anybody, unfortunately, but when I do get to see them, it's like we haven't left, you know. So it's always fun to see them. So yeah. I mean, they all also they've kind of grown up as well. Some of them, you know, some of them grew up on the show, and some of them have grown up a little bit since the show's finished. So it's kind of funny to see that too. But it's great that they're all everyone still seems to be super, you know, warm and friendly, and everyone seems to be busy doing stuff, which is also nice. Yeah. First, I have to say, je suis Deucalion. Merci beaucoup. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys, and yeah, this is the closest we can get right now. But on what's it, Sunday, we'll see each other, and yeah, hopefully you guys also have some good questions for me. So get some questions ready, because I am ready to answer some questions. Yeah. I first heard of, I was on social media, and then I suddenly saw this, it was there, and I was like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'd love for Deucalion to make an appearance, but you know, fingers crossed and toes crossed, and yeah, hopefully something will happen. Yeah.